Guten Abend, Dames and Herren, und willkommen to this Livestream. How are you doing tonight? In German. How many of you understood that? Most of you probably did. It's not too difficult. Well, I mean, I'm Dutch, so it's easier for me. Because Guten Abend, Dames and Herren, Dames und Herren, is very much similar to Dutch. Gotta catch up on some late night work. Cool to catch a stream. Well, hope you can do the work while you're watching the stream, Mr. Dibler. And welcome. Dame, not dames. Yeah, I don't actually speak German. I just figured, hey, that sounds kind of German, and I know I got some of the words right. I'm terrible at foreign languages, except English. I had very low grades on German and French all throughout high school. I only had German for 2 years. Still got bad grade. Also, welcome Pringly Prinny. Welcome to your first stream. Hope you're having a good time. Speaking of Dutch, did you see the tweets with the Dutch politician and someone QRT'd with Jar Jar? I did see that. I don't get the joke, because I don't know what Jar Jar is. I mean, some kind of Star Wars or Star Trek thing, but I think that's how far I get. Sounds too loud for me. After all that German, you could use some water. Ja, ich kann some water drinken. That's Jurglish. German and English intertwined. Right. Yeah, today we're going to make just a park with a terrible layout and see how guests do in it. So we're gonna use empty airfield as a base, but we're gonna basically remove everything. So just get rid of everything. And then I'm gonna give myself some stuff. I just want to be in a different park as the base than what we always use with the 6th level German 6 flags. That's too generic for me. We always do that, so I want some other stuff. Let's just give ourselves everything we don't have yet. So that we have all the rights available that we ever wish to use. Let's pick another park that's just a grassy field. Yes, but it's very noticeably a different grassy field though. I think you'll agree with me on that. Alright. You should have left everything. Oh, I can make a worse layout than that. Like, sure. We'll put some. We'll make all the rights available. But the layout will be terrible. We'll put some fences there. And then... Right. Oh, I forgot the fence. Oh, and I forgot the fence there. And there... we have our merry-go-round. Now, I'm gonna use a little bit of a cheat here. Because I can't be arsed with renewing the ads. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't care. Stop it. Nope. Never. Make letter pathing like that. Yeah, you can do anything like that. Hang on, I didn't mean for that to happen. Hang on. We can also just do that randomly. How much does that annoy you guys? Spell my name in path. No, I don't write swears. No, I don't want to build that. I want to build all my things here. Except an info kiosk. They don't get an info kiosk. Welcome, Epic Alley. Oh, and thank you for the 39 months Max and the 31 months Mr. Slime. And I'll drown 69 as soon as I can. And I'll also check whatever you wanted the name to be after I get done with these stalls. Who did that, the name? That was Benzoya. Damn, these stalls be popular though. Make various toilets throughout the park, all 20 euros except one, which is at the very top of the map after a giant staircase and it's 60 cents. I mean, I get the idea, but it doesn't... It's almost the equivalent to just having no toilets at all and random paths everywhere. So it doesn't... Like, it's funny, the idea, but it doesn't do much. You're already doing that anyway. I mean, this one's just free. Okay, what was that park name that we wanted? Salmon Pink. Were you the same guy who named a ride last time Salmon Pink? Without it being Salmon Pink? I've been using the ride price calculator for RST1, but somehow some rides get very few guests anyway. Well, they either... Like, if they get any guests, the price is not too high, because that's an all or nothing thing. Well, if after the stats have been calculated, that's the case. But I wouldn't... Like, in RST1, things might be slightly different. That's the thing. Thank you for the 3 months, Commodore, and for the 15 months, ANILL. Mainly for flat rides. I mean, after 5 months it changes anyway. It lowers. But yeah, I don't know exactly how it works for RST1. I can't guarantee anything there. McDonald's sucks nowadays. It's fine. I do know that there's a quality difference between the US and Europe, so... Or at least the US and the Netherlands. So if you're in the US and I'm in the Netherlands, then we can have two valid yet very different experiences. Also, for quite a long time, I had like, you know, you have the idea, haha, funny, have a coaster drop the guest off somewhere completely different than where they got on. But it's not like that does anything. No guest ever thinks ahead more than one ride. Okay, we should have enough guests now to drown 69. Well, first we need some water. So the guests just, you know, they go on the ride and then wherever they are next, they'll plan their next move. Oh, guest 69 stays alive for a bit more. Wait, this fits? Top of there? Huh. That's quite close together. I have no idea how much speed it's got left here. It goes quite fast. Okay, guest 69. You will die. Bye bye. You know, this is actually quite a good coaster. Does path fit under there? That doesn't matter, I'll figure it out. That's too tall, I think. Let's do a small half loop. Okay, this is this is quite the ending. That is quite the ending. Okay, yes, that actually fits. You know, the thing is, when you want to, if you want to do terrible path layouts, then what you gotta do is you gotta drag this like over here, and then make this go like that way. And then do it like that. That is proper terrible. You know what's even more fun? Doing that. And then putting no entry signs. Well, it also had occurred to me in RST1, I put brakes before the end of the track, but when the station brake failure happened, the train still ran into the station at full speed. Yeah, that happens in RST1. That's why crashes are so common there. It's the thing. Let's make this a bit of a different color, shall we? Absolutely perfect. You know, I'm just emulating everyone asking questions on Reddit about why their park rating is low. They're always shit at building. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but the most hilarious thing to me is still, I don't know if I can ever find that post. And I don't know if I want to, because, you know, you do put a person on blast, and it's not very nice. But still, the most hilarious thing that I've ever seen on the subreddit was literally a guy who was like, why is my coaster too intense? And it was a looping coaster. Oh, the geography question, was it ever asked? You can't figure one out. Well, you have plenty of time. So basically they had like a looping coaster, right? And they went up a lot. And then... No, I'm not gonna cheat, I'm just gonna... There we go. Basically like this. There was... I don't know if they went to the build limit, but it was very tall. And then... literally an unbanked small turn at the bottom. And they were like, why is my coaster intense? Now, I'm making fun of the guy or girl bit here. You know, some people don't have that experience with roller coasters or anything. So, you know, some people just don't know some stuff. You have that XKCD comic, right? Yeah, you know, one of the lucky 10,000. So, and I did not make fun of them when answering their Reddit question, but it was just so ridiculous. Like, come on. It's like, how do you not see the big red number in the stats? How do you not realize that that will feel a bit painful? Yeah, so speaking of DACOM, I'll show you it. Because I think it's valuable. So basically, I try to not make fun of people for admitting they don't know things. Because for each time everyone knows by the time they're adults, every day there are on average... so for each thing that everyone knows by the time they're adults, every day there are on average 10,000 people in the US hearing it for the first time. So then, you know, people know at birth 0%, people who've heard it by 30, 100%. US birth rate 4 million a year, number hearing about it for the first time, 10,000 a day. If you assume that there's a random chance, I think, that you hear it every day. That's what they get to. And then it's like, you know, there are always common things that not everyone knows, and everyone learns it. So it's here like someone apparently doesn't know Coke and Mentos, Diet Coke and Mentos. Do you guys know what it is? Have you guys heard of Diet Coke and Mentos? Because that was a big thing on the internet with videos like 10 years ago on YouTube. Yeah, basically if you put Mentos in Diet Coke, you get or I don't know if normal Coke works as well as Coke and Mentos. You know, you get a big fountain, basically. Anyway, so that person did not know that, you know, a turn like that would give you back problems for the rest of your life. Basically, if your life didn't end right there and then. To be fair, it would also then give you back problems for the rest of your life, just that the rest of your life was quite short. This park looks cursed. That's the point. That's very much the point. What I will do is I will just put cash machines everywhere because I want people to stay in the park. Okay, I maybe don't need that many. Now how about a balloon right there? And we can see by the light water balloons how many people have made it to there. Coca-Cola Light. Yeah, that's what I would call Diet Coke. Greetings back to Portugal, La Pingvino. I mean, we do have an English only rule, like a sentence of Dutch here and there is fine. Like, it's not a problem, but do please talk in English. There's a difference between Coke and Mentos, which requires knowledge of how foaming works, and the fact that Mentos has lots of microscopic holes, versus go through turn fast equals pain. Right, of course, that person will probably know from being in a car or whatever, that if you go through a turn too fast, you know, you get, you know, a bit slammed to one side. But then, translating that to your roller coaster on your screen, which you're not in, it's a skill that we all possess, right? We've been playing the game a lot. My audience is on average very educated, highly educated. Not everyone possesses that skill. There are some fundamental skills that people apparently don't possess for some reason. Like I've mentioned this before, I have problems with executive dysfunction, which is really also kind of a fundamental thing. Basically, something that'll take 5 minutes, I don't even really mind doing it that much. You know, might, I don't know, like doing a bit of the washing up or sending an email or whatever. And I just can't make myself do it. And then you're sitting there screaming at yourself, hating yourself that you're not doing it, right? And that's giving me some troubles, but, you know... I manage it. But it seems really simple. Yet I have problems with that, right? So if someone else has problems with something that for me is really simple, is super intuitive, and it's like, how can't you do that? How do you not understand that? Then it helps me remember that, hey, there are some things that people don't understand I have problems with. And that, you know, it's a bit different, but it's similar to the 10,000 thing. I think that's not a skill, but just insight or general intelligence. But something that basic is just connect the dots that you don't need practice for. You either need to be told or simply realize it. Yeah, but being able to figure that out is a skill. Like, being able to talk, we wouldn't really call it a skill, right? Yet some people, even if they have a functioning biology for it, still can't learn to talk. Because maybe they're heavy autism sometimes, I think is a reason. Some stuff like that. Some people just have terrible memory. It's difficult to judge people on that. Now, of course, there are some things, you know, especially if it becomes dangerous, you know, anti-vax movements or whatever, then, yeah, I'll absolutely judge people for it, but still. Is having a bad memory a skill issue? I mean, it's kind of, that's kind of the thing, you know, what's the definition of a skill? That's not really the point I'm trying to make. I think a lot of new players get the game digitally and might not know there's a manual for the game. The manual has a lot of info that you need to know to play the game. I never read the manual. The manual has quite a few mistakes, although for those kind of very fundamental things, the manual is perfectly fine. Like, I'm pretty sure it does explain laterals. Don't quote me on that though, but I think I've seen that. Hi, I found your video on strange maze pathfinding and binged the rest of your channel. And now I'm here. Just wanted to say your stuff is great. Well, thank you, Thunder 999999999. Also, Drown guessed 1,000. Is that gonna happen yet? Nope, not yet. And thank you for 3 months, Waluigi. What happens if you put the exit of one right up against the exit of another? The entrance of another. They just spawn into the entrance, you know? It will basically as if you were to do this. Just that. They would spawn inside it and then walk out of it. And if they walk into the queue line, they just treat it as if they're on normal path and walk out of it. That's what would happen. So, it wouldn't work, whatever trick you want to. Hey, Nisse. Thanks for making me drink some water. You missed my German intro to the stream. I don't know if you did. Maybe you were there. I say that because you have a German name. Are you German? I don't know. Ooh, that'd be some good hydration. Ah, you were there. And you are German. I mean, you being German makes sense. Because you're absolutely amazing at discovering all those new little ways to beat things, beat scenarios in 4 tiles. You know, it's kind of like how half the redstone nerds in Minecraft, like the Psycraft guys, are German. Basically. What do you mean by worst layout? Well, have a look. It should speak for itself. You know, recently, if you're speaking about the 10,000 thing and people not knowing things, I was on the Hermitcraft subreddit and there was some speculation about what some people would do for their base in Season 10, which is about to start any time now. And someone said, hopefully this guy does not do a circus, because I have a phobia of circuses. My first instinct was like, wait, you're making that up, right? But, you know, I've heard weirder phobias. So I was like, well, maybe not making it up, and I shouldn't make fun of it. So I'll just ask about it. Say it's, you know, I've never heard it before. And yeah, apparently they did have a legit phobia of circuses. They explained it. How it came about. They have some bad experience at the circus when they were very young. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, but phobia of balloons, like, we're all familiar with. Slime, like I don't say we're all familiar with, but that's a thing that I've heard before. And from several different people. I'd never heard phobia of circuses before. I've heard clowns and balloons, which are things you find in circi. Now that's a bad path layout. We curse only the path thing here. I don't actually know if the guests are pathfinding towards the right entrance building or the queue entrance thing. I think they're pathfinding towards the queue line entrance. we can switch to something else here. How about a red? Red's beautiful. I have a phobia of spiders, which is common I guess, but there's one right in RST2 that literally gives me the heebie-jeebies, and it's just somewhat funny how that came about. Oh, the giant B-movie spider ride. That one. There's also an animated spider scenery item, which you might not like either. Okay, to get to the Enterprise, you have to walk like that, the brown path, then go into the crazy paving path, then walk to the left, and then walk the red path. Honestly, we could do much worse still. How about we build a ride here? And that we then... Oh, whoops. Okay, we can drown 1,000 by now, so I'll look for 1,000 in a minute. Oh, I didn't quite mean to do that. There you go. It's a good way to get back to the park entrance. Kill guest 96. That wasn't requested, was it? Bye-bye 1,000. You know, I don't like spiders either. I don't necessarily have a phobia of spiders. But if there's a spider crawling on the wall, I will have to actively look at it. And I don't like it. And I really don't like it. What will your question be? Waluigi. You know, I've seen Waluigi a lot recently. Because I played a lot of Mario Kart DS. I maxed out the point counter on the VS mode. Got to 999 and one of the racers was Waluigi. Why DS? Because that's my favorite Mario Kart game. Like, I still have it still works. Why not? Like, why Roller Coaster Tycoon 2? It's 20 years old. Well, there's something I can recognize Bulgaria at, and you guys are always got Bulgaria wrong. Winter coverage. Basically, if it looks depressive as shit, it's Bulgaria. If it's winter and it looks like all the houses are falling apart a bit, you know, it looks very like Soviet falling apart. It's not the most positive thing, but that's basically how I recognize Bulgaria. Now I'm going to build a connection there, but only to get back. But you can't go back that way. For RCT I can understand, there have not been any better versions since RCT2, but there have been better versions of Mario Kart that have come out since DS. Well, there's only been one version of Mario Kart that has come out since that works on my system, my DS, which is Mario Kart 7, which I have. It's a good game, but I prefer DS. This is what American infrastructure and city designs have feel so at home. Oh, I completely forgot I have big plans that I just... You know what, I'll do that here. I wanted to do that, just to mess with the guests. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but I just want to make a very big plaza. There we go. That's a terrible path layout. And then we can make that go in between there. Without connecting it, of course. And how about another coaster? How about an invert? Oh, we don't have the invert available yet. Well, now we do. Ooh, name the park. That was 4 minutes ago. What do we want to name the park? Hedge Maze 1. Alright. Drown any lost guest. Do we have any? No, we don't. The OpenRCT2 guest AI is too good. This is not fair. So I can't fulfill your request. Hey, thank you for the follow, the great Bretsky91. By the way, Nusa was here earlier and might still be here. They've been crazy again because they actually found a gravity garden solution that works for vanilla as well. Because, of course they did. The mad lad. Not just the one that works in open now. Oh, and also a solution for Rainbow Valley. No, Summit. Now, the only two unsolved scenarios are Infernal Views and Ghost Town. Where you, at least from the vanilla game, where you would need to build a lot of roller coasters. You need to build 10 coasters. With at least 6 or 7 excitement. Which is just not gonna happen. I mean, I shouldn't say that, I'll be proven wrong, but... You know, it's just not gonna happen. I don't see a way to beat these. Now, you think with all the other things, the elements were kind of there, right? Because for Amity Airfield and Rainbow Summit, I already knew how to get the guests. We just couldn't, like, keep them in the park or stuff like that, right? And then with Gravity Gardens, you know, we had no time limit, and you could already trap a lot of guests, and you could already build a functioning ride. So the elements were kind of there as well. We just needed a bit more space. But then, yeah, like, you can't even build a function. Most coasters, you don't even have 10 coaster types that you can build a functioning ride with on 10 tiles. That just ain't gonna happen. Like a famous poet once sang, never say never. Absolutely. Ugh. This green, what's it called? Forest green, is kind of really an ugly green. Hunter green isn't too beautiful either. I love this. It's like an alien tried to build a terrarium for its pet human colony. I like that description. I should probably build an exit. Well, exit line. Okay. How about no entry? Just even more random dead ends. I built this thing, yet I haven't... I was going to connect this to that, but I haven't done that yet. You know what? Now I have. Should I put more of these here? Like, the problem is, I'm afraid that if I put a no entry sign somewhere, I'll block off an entire area of the park. I don't know my own path layout. Like, if I put a no entry sign here, it will block off like this entire red bit, the entire brown bit, the entire black bit. That's all just one path. By the way, Xag, I missed it if you said it. Oh, Dendron Handyman. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's kill Handyman 7. The black path entrance is the inverted coaster. Okay, so I don't want to do that, right? Because I want to have everything reachable. And I don't mean reachable by a ride. Although a transport ride could work. Because guests will always ride them if they come across them. So yes, I will build a chairlift. And you know what the fun thing is? By having this chairlift, we can see hang on. There we go. We can see who has ridden it, but the purple balloons. Oh, right. Okay, we'll go 14. Yeah, that works. I'll just make this a bit multicolored. Also, okay, I don't want that. How about we make it multicolored with different... Wait, what? Which one don't we have yet? There we go. Red. Absolutely perfect. Will you buy a purple balloon? No. Okay, so if I build a coaster that's tall enough or has at least 8 excitement, like all the way in the back where they have to traverse like a lot of path, then they will all reach for it, and I wonder how well they can find it. We don't have a lot of cash though. Oh, we don't even have this ad running. Yeah, we don't make that much a month. Oh, we just got the vertical drop coaster though. Well, we already had it because I'm ignoring research. But yeah, let's make a vertical drop coaster. That ought to do it. We can make it a bit taller. Okay, not that tall apparently. What does it make to make the most annoying corkscrew coaster? Oh, what do you mean with annoying? Like, most intense is easy. Just go super fast, do a loops, corkscrews, unbanked, small turns, the lot. Okay, we don't have that much cash, so let's do some breakage. Annoying as in the worst layout ever, but people still ride it. That would probably just be a whole bunch of helixes up and down. Alright. Okay, we don't need to go 93 anymore there. Vertical licorice. Oh god. Really? We're steeping that low? God, how do I spell that? Licorice Coaster 1. For those who don't know, licorice is English for, well, drop is Dutch for licorice. Alright, let's follow this baby. Go to 140 kilometers an hour. Way too fast. But it's fine. This is quite a violent coaster. I was gonna say, not sure we have any with a purple balloon, but I just saw someone. Ah, it did get the 8 excitements. I just want to see how many guests we can get walk this ridiculous path once we open it. Because this should be a very popular ride. Hang on, okay, so I want to make it even more difficult to find. So, what if I let people off here? There we go. That ought to do. Well, can they find it? That's the question. Thank you for the 3 months, Rat Salad, and the 22 months, Carrie. My favorite. My favorite. Torturing guests. Hell yeah. This path layout is so ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't talk like that, and you know it. Dry? Which Canadian province? Purple balloon. Oh yeah, I still need to drown that. Which Canadian province is considered part of the Atlantic Canada, but not part of the maritime provinces? Oh jeez. Would that be something like New Brunswick or Prince Edward Island? Like, I don't know. What is maritime? Does that just mean access to the ocean? Ah, there's a purple ballooned dead man. Wait, gotta be able to click on them. There we go. Bye bye. And bye bye to your balloon. Somewhat of a trick question. Well, then I probably won't get it. I could probably name all the provinces, but that's not really an answer. I never got the test from the redeem I need. Wait, what? How many channel points to click the duck? 3 billion. The Maritimes is an established region considering of Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, before Newfoundland was part of Canada. Ah, right. Yeah, that's just... It's a very interesting fact, but it's just something that obviously you don't know unless you know that very specific part of history. Oh, look at that. They're finding it. Is this the first guest that will go on it? Guest 1551. They're slowly getting there. Bunch of idiots. Most Atlantic Canadians don't know the difference. I mean, I wouldn't either. If I were living there, I might not know the difference. Like, for example, technically, a lot of cities in the Netherlands aren't cities because they never got city rights back in the day. But we did away with city rights a long time ago. And the definition we use now for city is more of kind of like just size of the place. So even though, like, Emma, I believe, is technically not a city, it obviously is a city. Worst coaster available. Alright, spiral coaster it is. All my homies hated the spiral coaster. No Heartline available. Oh, I hate the spiral coaster more. Like, yeah, the Heartline is bad, although not the worst in terms of functionality. But the Heartline coaster has a charm to it, right? It's unique. And it's not really a slog to build. You can build a fairly compact one. Like, for example, this bit will be quite a good bit for a Heartline because it's long and narrow. A spiral coaster is just ugly. The mini-set is fun to make fun of because it's so god-awful. Functionality-wise. Because variable throughput and all that kind of stuff. But the spiral coaster I just don't like. I don't think there has been a single point ever in my entire life that I was like, yes, I want to build this spiral coaster because it either because it's the best or it looks good. It's just or because I just like building it. No, I don't. Mostly I just build it because it's a coaster type I haven't built yet and I like building different coaster types. But I will never pick it first. It's just there's just nothing interesting about it, right? I just really don't like it. Ooh, this is a very weird color scheme for the spiral coaster. It's too dark. That is better. Alright, let's see what I can do with the coup. How about... we do something like that. That's like a spiral. This is a spiral. One day we should make the ugliest park ever. You know, that would involve a lot of these four and the chessboard thing. Oh, whoops, we're out of cash. We are well on our way to beat the goal though. I love that when you fast forward with any water ride, you just only hear that water ride. Connected waiting line to the black pathing. I mean, if I connect it to this, it's even further away from the entrance. Also acid green water. You know what might be even worse? Just black water? I mean, that's custom stuff though. If we want to do no custom stuff, then definitely acid green. There we go. Now that is a hell of a queue line. I love that I wouldn't be able to write this right because the queue line gets too high and I'm afraid of heights. If the queue line gets significantly higher than the ride itself. Did you get the award for worst layout yet? We have only 7 lost guests. It's not gonna happen. We do finally get some lost guests though. Lost guests. Difficult word. So this ride is 19.5 meters. The queue is 31.5. So somewhere in between is your limit. Imagine having like being afraid of heights and having a very, very specific limit. So like, this is 31.5 meters, right? So you're like, you're like sitting on the floor of this path. Your head would be at around a bit, like around 32 meters in the air, and you're like, oh, that's fine. And then you stand up, ah! And then you sit down, oh, perfectly fine. You stand up, so like a half a meter or a meter taller. And then you sit down again. Oh, thank God that's gone. Oh, I should go. I should get down. You stand up. Oh! There's got to be some comedy sketch around that somewhere. That already exists. You know, the staff couldn't find their way around the park anyway. Probably. So firing them, I don't think is that big an issue. Hey, people are going on it. Let's build a toilet. Oh, and cash machines. I don't want people to be out of cash. I mean, I don't really have that many stalls, so what are they gonna spend it on? We should build some stalls. I do like selling orange shirts because it makes the park look like a prison. Well, an American prison anyway. We don't do orange shirts in the Netherlands for prisons. Orange jumpsuits. A prison or King's Day? Yeah, King's Day would work too. And the queue line's more intense than the actual coaster. Especially the downwards bit. We actually have some guests on the ride. You know what the worst thing is? Is that these... It's low capacity. Like, it's only 6 per car here. The cars are quite long. I just hate the spiral coaster. How many guests have the I'm Lost thought? Oh, about 6. So not very many. Although they're generally not that happy. Only 360 happiness. Which is also a reflection of them not being able to find stuff and stuff. That's the thing. I'm hungry. Oh, it's too crowded here. Is that an issue? Where are they generally? Oh, yeah, it's very crowded there. There are a few pods where it's... Ooh, yeah, these pods are very crowded. So, we don't lose park rating because they can't find stuff, but we do lose park rating because I think they're constantly on the same bit of path because they walk back and forth. Yeah, a lot of them look low energy. Oh, I want to go home, 109. That's good. That'll screw up the park rating eventually. "96 has to die." Why? That's my birth year. Oh, 96 was on Spiral Coaster 1. Goodbye, 96. How many has this thing had? Oh, 163 customers already. Bring some water, alrighty. Yeah, nice. Okay, what I want to do... I want to block that off. So they can't exit right now. But... they will be able to exit through there. But I will block it off for people going that way. They can only go in the park this way and get out of the park this way. Has there been any fun speed skating this weekend? Yes, actually, the Four Continents Championships. Which is for once not broadcast in the Netherlands, because it's the 4 continents that aren't Europe that are having a championships. Can I hire staff again? I can hire staff again. But I can see it on the YouTube of the ISU. And we had some very good 500 meters yesterday. And in about 50 minutes they will start again. Now, I will, you know, keep on streaming for a little bit, you know, normal stream duration. Because I can just, like, rewind the live stream. I'll get in about half an hour late. What about the other continents? Why aren't they invited? Well, we have European Championships and recently 4 continents. Which is everything except Europe. So we can all participate. Okay, how about rainbow ice cream stalls? Do you guys watch Smosh? And I mean, not back in the day, but do you watch it now? There you go, rainbow ice cream stalls. Yeah, that you don't know what Smosh is, Slime, is normal. I would kind of have been more surprised if you did know what it was. Pretty sure he wasn't asking you. You know, that sounds rude, but Xak is kind of right, because I was already like, yeah, Slime isn't gonna know what Smosh is. Smosh is a YouTube channel, and YouTube was the biggest channel back in the day on the platform. Back in the day, being like from 3 different stretches. The last one until about 2013 when PewDiePie overtook them. And you know, Ian and Anthony started Smosh, and it was mostly just comedy sketches. You know, about 2 to 8 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, maybe sometimes a little bit shorter, I'm not sure. And then in 2017 Anthony left because, well, a lot of reasons. And then recently, this summer, he bought it back. He bought the company back along with Ian, who was still there. And they've been making content again. But, you know, the sketches I like. It's a bit of nostalgia, but they're also just really good sketches. Their latest on the Smosh main channel is Pokemon in Real Life 2024. It's really good. But there are also a lot of other series that I like, which are not sketch comedy at all. Probably my favorite Smosh series right now is Reddit stories. Because they have 3 channels. You know what? I'll just show you. So basically, you have the main Smosh channel, which has Flashback with Smosh, which is sort of their podcast where they look back at either their own creations or other content creators and their sketches. And then you have Smosh Pit, and they have, one of the things is the Reddit stories, and there's just Shane, which is that guy on the right, will, yeah, shut up. You know, he will sit there and there will be 2 people on the couch. And Shane will read the story and then they'll discuss it. Often it's drama stories, of course. Stories about relationships or drama, work drama or whatever. And I just enjoy that. It's, you know, something you put on in the background. And it's not the kind of immature humor or anything that you might expect from Smosh if you watched it 10 years ago. They still do that in other shows. It's still Smosh. But I quite like this. I quite like a lot on the Smosh Pit stuff. They also have Smosh Games, which I don't watch as much. But some videos I do watch on there. This was a hilarious one. Can I guess who slapped me? So then you're blindfolded, Anthony on the left. And then the guy on the right, well, everyone, they have like 20 people, and everyone will have a go. Slap Anthony, and Anthony has to guess who slapped him. And, you know, every time you can request one thing, like, you can request a handshake or fist bump or whatever, and, you know, trying to deduce from mannerisms, maybe the size of the hand, It's a lot of fun shows. You should give it a try. Do we have lost guests now? Well, if you look at the park rating, yes. Quite a few. We're not gonna pass this goal. These are all leaving the park, and they are finding the way out, because that's the way you need to go. That's the way you need to go. Yeah, if you just look at it very casually, it doesn't look that bad. But actually, it's terrible. Yeah, this went down really, really quickly. For some reason, it went up a tiny little bit in July. I don't know what that was. A lot of guests are leaving the park though, so we should lose just lose guests as well. I want to go home. 400 people. Well, sod off then, ya bitch. Have you seen any of the awesome games done quick stuff that's been happening this week? There was a guy speedrunning Mario 64 controlling the game with a drum set. And a dog playing Gyromite. Now, I've never seen anything from Awesome Games Done Quick. I know it's a speedrunning event, but I've never seen any of it. There. What about lame games done quick? Oh, lame games done slowly. Damn it! I got one of your jokes, but I didn't realize that you also had to replace the last letter. I did get the L for lame though. Oh yeah, we should of course do this. Oh, hang on. Close. 3 minutes, baby. Have fun on your own. This is absolutely awful. Okay, let's finally build a toilet actually far away. Because you guys have been requesting that a lot. Did it? Why am I doing this? Alternating. I'm not sure. But I'm doing it. Oh yeah, we're losing guests. We had over 2,500 and no longer. Okay. And we need to go this way. Toilets. There you go. There's your very far away toilets. So close, yet so far away. Mr. Orange really wants to go to that bathroom. You can't, mate. You can't. Time to build a lot of drink stalls. Oh, I know where to build a lot of drink stalls. Ta-da! Far, far away. That's a Shrek thing. How's the advertising? Unlimited via a cheat. Could you have a long path which goes underground and eventually comes to a sign saying you are underground? The point is, you don't really see that. That's why I'm building everything above ground. I just don't want to build too much path because it's expensive. If I was a food stall, could I eat my own products? Well, you're a food stall right now, Slime, because you produce product, you just don't choose to eat it. And yes, you can, it's legal. I pyrographed Fiona yesterday as decorations for the wedding. Pyrographing, that was the thing in wood and fire and stuff, right? Very nice. Also, I've probably said this before already, because you've probably mentioned it before, but congratulations on the wedding. Whoops, sorry. Accidentally pressed my screenshot button. Can I per exception add a quote of Slime? If Slime's alright with it. Why do we need 2 circuses in this park? Well, just in case that one guy with a circus phobia is watching. 3 circuses, baby. Slime just knows all those important quote numbers by heart. Just randomly quote 107. How many do we have by now? 853. That's a lot. There's so... You know, there must be at least one quote, like under 200, that we've added and never seen again. Probably quite a few. I don't have a text file saved with important quotes. You know, I was considering saying that you might have that. But yeah, you actually do. The guest number is actually fairly stable, still slowly rising. How many lost guests do we have? And that remains stable. Do you or any of the mods have the ability to actually download the quote list? I probably do. I'm not sure. Never tried. Wow, we started off strong with 4. Immediately, I love that it hurts you. You know, that shows the fact that we have those kind of quotes very early on. Shows that I was fairly comfortable with the streaming quite quickly. Although we probably didn't have the quotes thing set up by the first stream already. But we did have that fairly early on. Like, I started in October 2021, and even 251 is... No, I started in 2020, never mind. So I had... The fact that 4 is 2021 means that I had at least a few months already. Okay, so that doesn't go up what I was trying to say. And of course I had done a few streams already on YouTube. The quotes came at least like half a year into the stream. Yeah, no, then it makes total sense that I was comfortable already. Hey, double penetration is great fun for the whole family. The kids might be a bit scared of it, but, you know, that's what you get with loopings. But they'll get used to it. Okay. It's just a roller coaster, okay? It's just the name of a roller coaster. Okay, that's definitely the edgiest joke I've ever made online. What's your middle name? Your mom. You know, whenever... I know what you're trying to do, Slime, because, you know, the meme of, you know, when your parents say your whole name. My parents never did that. Not even... Because I do have a middle name, but... not even my last name. I don't recall them ever saying, Marcel Vos! You know, in that, you know, that kind of tone. Just my first name. Go to your room. I'm literally already there. Oh, we need more cash. Luckily the ads make guests keep coming in. Okay, of course we need a no entry sign there. Yeah, that'll do fine. Oh, and a no entry sign there. I don't know if I'm blocking anything off with that. But we'll figure that out eventually. In all seriousness, I'm glad your channel is alive and kicking. I still remember the time it was only your YouTube. Yeah. But streaming has been so much fun for me. And it's also helped keep me sane. Because, you know, I've had periods during my YouTube channel where I was not doing so great. But every time I had a stream, I would kind of have to at least be alright. And, you know, perform a bit. And that definitely helped me. If you're a dude and you do have a period, Max, then please do see a doctor. It's not normal to bleed from your dingling. Slime making dirty jokes is making you sane? Oh, absolutely. Pink trees and summer theme time. Oh, we could definitely do summer music. And some pink trees. How about some more trees? Hey, the park rating is going up. Fewer people are lost, only 139. We might actually beat the scenario if it goes up more. Drink some water. I'm drinking a lot of water today. I keep getting more and more Discord messages. So in some chat that I'm in, people are chatting. And I'm like, I want to read it, but I'm working. So I can't. I mean, I know which chat it likely is, because I'm not in very many chats. And I know which one would be active around now. You should put a stall at the end of that spirally path. I don't have a spirally path. Well, I mean, this one, but that's a queue line. Someone who wants to go home. Their home is the bottom of the pond now. You know, Shrek lives there. And it's a wonderful pond. One that spirals with the queue. Oh, where I built the queue in the middle of the plaza. Say, can you hurry up with your drowning? Thank you. Took you long enough to die. You know, I came up with a video idea. The problem is I don't think it's possible to make that video without it being demonetized pretty much immediately. What stall shall we put there? How about a hat stall? And we'll make it pastel, no, not orange, lime green hats. Which means we'll have to drown that one and that one, because they got different colored hats. We're adding a lot of quotes today. It's interesting, because some streams we don't add any. Well, on average, we do add more than one a stream. Because I've done this twice a week, so that's 100 a year. I mean, minus a few, let's say 90, 95 a year. And I've done this for 3 and a bit years, so it's a bit over, like, let's say 300 streams roughly. Maybe 310 or so, 320, I'm not sure. And we have, on average, about 2.5, nearly 3 quotes per stream. And that doesn't fit. Okay. That'll do. Okay, you can sort off. How about we build a go-kart? They can order their head in any color they desire as long as it's lime green. Isn't the origin of that joke from like some car manufacturer? At least that's how I first heard it. That it was some car manufacturer that said you can have any color you want as long as it's black. Ford, of course it would be Ford. My stepdad has a Ford. I don't know how expensive they are, but he at least could afford one. Does he have a Model T though? No, not quite. How about a section of the park that can only reach by a non-transport ride? No, but then guests can get stuck there. Like, now they can legally still find the exit. If I make them stuck there, then they might not. Then they cannot find the exit legally. By the way, did you guys know that legally you can eat eggs? It's actually allowed. Like, I looked at the law, and there was not a single law banning you from eating eggs. Which I didn't expect. But turns out to be true. The great people in the sky never lie about eggs. I'm allowed to actually cook and fry them. I don't know, I didn't look at that. You can eat them raw. Well, I mean, I eat them as a suppository. But raw is allowed too. Now I'm craving fried eggs. Damn online influencers. That's me, baby. I'm a top of the line influencer. Go buy this. Hey, hey. Eggs. Eat eggs. Sponsored by Egg. Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk to you about how exactly you build a really exciting coaster and make it not too intense and stuff. But before we get into that, I want to give you a quick message from our sponsor, Egg. Did you know that you can eat eggs legally? Exciting. Nice. Is the rest of the stream just gonna be egg puns in the chat? I so badly needed that body shaking laugh today. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you got that out. You know, I'm just combining two different Tomska jokes here. The legally you can eat eggs thing is from his sketch I Don't Know. And saying egg is from an ASDF movie. And it's very appropriate that I'm clarifying where I got this from, considering his recent video on the Somerton scale of plagiarism. Do we have any guests here yet? We have a handyman. Where's the... Oh, there are some guests. Mr. Blue's the first one coming this way. This one hasn't had any yet. Oh, it had some. Yeah, also going to the motion sim. No one's gone to the cards yet. I wonder how the mechanics are doing with finding rides. Well, apparently not too right. There are a lot of rides that need stuff done. I mean, if it selects the closest mechanic, then yeah, that might be a problem. For example, if this station is broken down, which it might very well be right now, it's either this one or the other. Well, if the other one's broken down, it'll never get fixed, because there's no mechanic there. So, let me actually put a mechanic there. Just in case that station is broken down. Oh, and he went for 3D cinema. Fire all the staff. Of course. Oh, I had entertainers. I completely forgot. Name the white coaster Egg Slinger. Wait, the white coaster? What white coaster? I don't have a white coaster. I have coasters that have white in them. White with blue trim. That's grey. This is white. What color is this actually? That's tan. That's proper white. That's just grey. Now, you know what I'm really all about with eggs? Intercourse. Or, as I like to call it, ectocourse. Segs. Yeah, that's a much better pun. You know what's funny? My mom watches these streams. Not always, often usually just the first half hour, so I'm probably fine now. She's probably not here at the moment, but she might be. She might be hearing me make jokes about screwing eggs. Chance is small. I have no idea if she's here. Then again, I sometimes do also make offensive jokes around her and other people of her family, so it's not like she's never heard them before. In fact, I would make jokes around her that I would not dare make online. And that would mostly be, well, example, you know, jokes that aren't meant to be, you know, that are a bit racially edgy, let's say it like that. And the danger of making those online is that it gets taken out of context. And then you might have a problem. So I'm not stupid enough for that. Give an example of one, please. You know, most of those jokes are very much context dependent. Because, you know, you'll be talking about the situation, maybe some politics stuff, you know, with Geert Wilders winning the recent election. Stuff like that, and then you'll make some kind of jokes. It's not like I'll be randomly, hey, listen to this joke. That's generally not how we make jokes anyway. That's not what we do on the live stream either. Most of the time. And I don't necessarily remember, and I wouldn't repeat it anyway. But this goes for everyone. Like, every single YouTube personality will along their mates or their family, will say certain things that they won't say online. And of course, I'm not putting my whole personality online. It's apparently really difficult for guests to get here. I guess it kind of makes sense. What is opposite that? The path is going that way, but what is there? I think there's just nothing there. Hang on. Oh, that's the queue line. That's where the queue line connects. I need staff again. Yeah, I may hire staff again now. What about those people that literally stream 24/7? I mean, they don't. There's not a single person on Earth that streams 24/7 their entire life. Now, that's probably wrong. There probably are people like that. And yeah, maybe they do, but they also only will do it for a limited amount of time. Usually. So yeah, there are a few people that, you know, maybe that are live stream 24/7. But extremely few, of course. How many guests actually make it out there? Like, extreme. The problem is also, if they walk straight on here, they go into the motion simulator queue, which a lot of them seem to actually do. That's very much a hindrance. So what I want to do is I want to put a no entry sign there. And then connect this to there. Which doesn't really make it, like, it makes this a slightly bit more accessible, but they will have to walk all the way there and then back. Wait, hang on. A lot more guests are suddenly going this way. Are they all... Wait, they're trying to leave the park that way? Are they... Is this the way they're leaving the park or heading for the vertical drop coaster? I guess that is the fastest way now, with this connection there, to get from there to there. I'm so confused by this layout. So am I! Didn't you build it that way? I guess. You know, I can't keep track of the way that this layout goes. But hang on. This... Because they have access to this path. If they go to the right here, they go to that toilet. Which doesn't get them anywhere. So that must mean they go to the left, which you're going to go all the way back here. This way. Then you end up on the black path. So then you have to go to the back. Still take this path. And then go, you know, this way. That... Otherwise, to get there, they would have to take this red path. So it's either go up this red path or that red path. And then we go all the way there and there. Oh, jeez. Wait, no, that only leads there. Oh, that brown thing is a dead end. Wait, how else do you get there? So you get there and then there. Follow that, the green path. But that starts on the black path. That's still... Did I accidentally block that entire thing off? For a while. I'm not sure. Oh wait, no, you could of course already get there. This is disastrous. Like, I'm tracking this. For you guys, it's even more difficult to follow. Follow me tracking it. I always found it kind of weird that guests in the game never think to hop fences to explore when they're lost. You see, that's the problem with these guests. They can only do what they're coded to do. Bigger coaster type for me to build. Aight, what do you want? I do know that they look a certain number of junctions ahead when pathfinding, and it's not a lot if you don't have a map. And they don't have a map. Like, I literally did not give them maps on purpose. So maybe that one's just less junctions, which is why they can suddenly find it. Fewer junctions, I think, should be the correct way to say it. Either way, this path is a mess. We should probably save. Build your second least favorite coaster. Well, we have every coaster type available here, so let's think about this. Of course, I'm not a fan of the mini-sus. You know which I probably dislike even more? The water coaster. The water coaster is kind of like the spiral coaster, right? It's worse than the spiral coaster in terms of stats. In terms of throughput as well. But it looks a little bit better, but it still doesn't look great. I just really don't like the water coaster either. The water coaster is like the spiral coaster. I will never ever build it unless I have it like as the only option, or someone tells me to, or maybe because I just want to build one of every ride type. Water coaster was in the RCT1 opening, so it's based. Not in the original one. That must have been one of the expansion ones. You know what? We could just have the only water tile be that. That'll be enough. You do need a single water tile to not get a penalty. One that has 42 euros in cash. Oh, literally no one. Well, no, maybe someone after they've gone to the cash machine. I'm not going to check that, so pick something else, please. This is like a water coaster without the water. What if you built it with separate entrance and exit station and put one water tile between them so that they don't even get to experience that water section? Whatever is between those doesn't count if they don't ride it. It's literally not accounted for in the stats, I think. We can test though. I won't test it on this one, but yeah, we can test. Because I could be wrong. Number 4200, alright, I'll see if that one's still available. And we'll go round this way. I wanted that to be a helix. Thank you very much. Yeah, da. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Awesome water coaster this. Just awesome. Right, time to give it some colors. How about pink? Do you guys like the artist called Pink? I don't know if I like her. I don't know any music by her. Although I might recognize some songs, who knows. Alright, let's do a little water coaster test. Alright, that ought to be enough. Wait, I'm doing this entirely wrong. Alright, yeah, now. Alright, let's do a test. Yeah, no, it doesn't count. Thought so. The pink coaster is wet. Did you make it excited? You know it. Coasters love me. Coasters love it when I ride them. This one got 5.61 excitement, which is decent. I've seen Pink live once at a festival. Rammstein was playing afterwards. It was very weird and funny to see grumpy Rammstein fans wait in the front while Pink was performing. Who would have thought that Rammstein fans wouldn't like Pink? Yeah, I don't really know what kind of music Pink makes. I assume just kind of pop. But I'm not specifically a fan of Rammstein. I do like Du Hast, but I don't really listen to the music. But I like heavy stuff, like Enziferum, and I like pop stuff. So you can absolutely like pop stuff when you're a metalhead. Look at that, even the Splash Boats is getting some love from guests. Not that many yet, only 14. It's something. Rammstein shows are very cool. Lots of flamethrowers and a giant dildo that shoots foam all over the audience. Yeah, I heard about the dildo. What, like a 13 feet dildo? You know, not quite yet big enough for your mom, but it's getting there. We need a seating area. How about somewhere here? You know what, I'll just punch out the path in the middle. Do we have any other benches? Yeah, how about the orange ones? Much more fun. There we go, that's our seating area. Okay, yeah, you definitely indeed have that list. Just randomly pulling out quote 428. I went to a Gwar concert. What's Gwar? Or is it something that you can't say because it's too naughty? This park is designed like the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. It's a very local specific references, I don't know. Gwar is a band. Yeah, I figured, but does it stand for anything? Or is it just like Gore! Oh, they're just called Gwar. Well, I'm also gonna start a band. I'm gonna call it Sloik. Who wants to join Sloik? Ooh, the number of guests is going down quickly. Whoopsie. You know, the funny thing is, I could literally destroy everything right now and still pass. A year is plenty of time to get 3,000 guests if you hurry up a bit. And we still have more than a year. Have you ever changed the park name as per my request? I don't think so. When was that? Also, thank you for giving us 19 minutes ago a sub to my mom. Was she actually here? I don't think she was. Like an hour ago. 34 minutes ago, I see here. What was it? That you wanted the park tonight. Egg. Princess layout. Is it a reference to Leia? I think. Probably. I don't really know who Princess Leia is. I just know it's a thing from Star Wars or Trek. That's most things with me. It's like, I know it's from Star Wek. I don't know which. I do point immediately at the sound of the name the park. Excellent park. I'm so very sorry, Slime. I would say if you want to get your points back, you could, but you don't need them. You have plenty of points. You have like 100,000 at least, right? What do you know about Stargate? Nothing. Only 27k. You can't even do rich boy stuff. You spelled it wrong. Did I? Egg. Oh, excellent. Think you're so good in this game, it's impossible for you to make a bad layout. Bro, have you seen the bloody park rating? I don't think this layout is good. It's not good. It's literally minus 1200, mate. This layout is absolutely god awful. Hey, we have a handyman in the seating area. Kids in 2006 be building parks like this and being all like, I can't beat the scenario. Yeah, pretty much, right? The problem is, like, OpenRCT2 has really, really good pathfinding. Vanilla doesn't. I can't open this because different save format and stuff in Vanilla, but I would love to try. But in Vanilla, this would be so much worse. We don't have a lot of cash. I think it's partly because I spent a lot of paths. You know, elevated paths are expensive. Although we have quite a few rides too. Why are we... Like, how... It is 40. Why are we only making 7k? I guess that's all ads get you. If you also have natural spawning, you make like nearly 20. Maybe like 17k or something. If you have awards, even more. But yeah, we don't have any natural guest generation because our soft guest cap. Well, that's the scenery manager, mate. Is just 1905, which is actually not that much lower than our guest count. That's because our guest count has been decreasing. Slowly but surely. Is path construction counted in the right construction? No, it's landscaping. And yeah, for example, 6,000 on landscaping in August. And you know, 1.5, 2, nearly 4, 1.5. It's a lot. I think the 6,000 might have been this path that I built to the toilet. It's very long and goes very high in some places. Does RCT Classic count in Vanilla? I mean, sort of, because there are things possible in Vanilla that aren't in Classic and the other way around. They're slightly different, but, like, RCT Classic is an official game. That's the thing, right? OpenRCT2 is not official, and things change in OpenRCT2 all the time. RCT Classic doesn't change. A guest named Slime so Marcel gets horny. You know, a lot of these jokes have a lot of history you need to know. Some people that are first timers here today might be like, eh? I beat RCT Classic on my phone with your help, so that I thank you for, bro. Well, you're welcome. I'm a normal chatter, I swear. Sure. Very normal. You're not weird at all. First time I'd be like, this man clearly doesn't understand this game in the slightest. You know, if I was... Honestly, this has to be on purpose, right? Because you've watched the stream. You know I've been doing this on purpose, this stream. But if you just see this for the first time right now, you're like, this has to be on purpose. Like, this is so close to connecting and then I go up. Like, no one does this by accident, right? These kind of detours. No one does this thinking it's good, right? At least not if it's built by an adult. They will confuse you for an AI. Oh, that reminds me again of that experiment I've told you guys about several times before. Why are we... What are we spending so much... How many goddamn staff members do we have? Why do we have 20 entertainers? 30 animal. We don't need all that. Spending way too much. We don't need to research. That's much better. That was that AI thing years ago already. Someone had apparently built an AI to build roller coasters, and then also asked some humans to build roller coasters, and did a poll and was like, "Can you tell the difference? Can you tell which is which?" I couldn't. Not because the AI coasters were realistic. Oh, you want to fire all the stuff? But rather because the human coasters Where like someone had never seen a coaster ever in their life. I'm still... Like... I'm still convinced that that is more of a joke. And if there was actual AI involved, let's assume there was, that he just, like, the humans only saw those AI coasters and tried to emulate them or something like that. That's the only thing that's in any way a chance, right? Because that was so terrible. You know, it was literally people building coasters like this. Yeah, and then they might go up. And then they'll go up a bit more. You know, stuff like that. And the AI did similar things. Did the guy ever respond or explain why the coasters were like that? Well, obviously some of the comments, maybe me as well, I'm not sure, mentioned it. I don't remember what his responses were, or if he even responded. I don't know. You seem to overestimate the general public. Maybe. Should have kept the coaster. Well, I was out of money. And the thing, we don't even have to pay for ads right now, right? I'm cheating those in. This is not a very profitable park. At least 8-year-old me had the decency to go up to max build height immediately on my first coaster. Yeah, like, that's what I might expect someone who's never seen a coaster to do. Not have long straight sections in between chain lifts. Not profitable. Well, we do make some money, but not a lot. Because we have no natural gas generation. The thing is also, you only see an end product with those kind of challenges, those kind of comparisons. Because, let's say you built an AI to beat Mario, and someone who's never played a platformer you ask to beat Mario as well. They could very well beat it in a very similar time, but in a very similar way, different way. So if you only show the final time, and maybe the death count or whatever, they could be similar. But if you actually show the gameplay, it might be very different. And the same would perhaps go for the way that those coasters were built. But yeah, we never saw the gameplay. That was not recorded. In my Let's Play, I recreated one of those AI coasters, treating it as the pinnacle of coaster design. You know what? I want to look this up again. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Clever toilet hugging AI is clever. What the hell is that? Oh, they're all around the toilets. Oh, well, there we go. Found it. Oh, hi, I even downvoted it. So. I don't care about the questions. Was this roller coaster made by a human or by an AI? Well, obviously an AI, right? It goes that way. You know, this is obviously an AI. Because this is not what a human would make. Okay, then we go down. This one made by a human or AI. Well, it's pretty much exactly the same. Alright, see ya, Mr. Dibbler. Is this coaster made by a human or AI? Well, it's more of the same shit. Is this coaster made by a human or AI? It's the exact same stuff. I assume they were limited to the track pieces they could use, like no banked turns. Because the human was presumably limited to the same track piece selection as the AI. But still. What if they were simply all made by AI, and the test will see if anyone would think people would make such bad coasters? Yeah, maybe it was some experiment like that. Who knows? Still though, like, they only go down once. All these coasters never go up. They go up once via a chain. Oh yeah, well, this one does go up a second time. But like, they don't have hills. Only one of these goes up a second time. And that's this one. And then we have this one, which is more of the same stuff. It also doesn't go up. And this one actually does go up a second time, I think. Wait, it goes that way, I think. Yeah, it goes that way and then down and then up more and then down. These are completely ridiculous. Another ridiculous one, more... Like, they're all the same. Why does the AI it doesn't make the platform longer than 2? Because it wasn't trained to. Oh yeah, every time he does 2 at once. So... one of these 2 is made by a human and one is made by an AI. And the same goes for these 2. One is human, one is AI. Like, human, AI, or AI, human. Also, AI, human. Like, someone has never seen roller coasters in their life. Let's see some explanation. The human-created coasters were created by an impartial housemate who had no knowledge of the AI's creations, so any similarities between the AI and human productions are due to the algorithm doing its job. The confusion with my statement, I think, derives from the different levels at which people play RCT. The original intention was to see if the product of the algorithm could easily be identified as something made by a computer. Realism and comparison to the more higher level quality coasters seen on this sub is an end goal, but it's outside of the scope at the moment of my stage of my thesis. To be fair, with programs of AI's building stuff, this was 7 years ago. Creative and exciting are ambiguous intentionally, as they're there to see if there's a correlation between the computer design tracks and them being perceived as uncreative or boring when compared to the manually created pieces. It's like... It's just like yeah, the AI coasters look like the human coasters, I guess. But that doesn't make it a good AI, because the humans are shit. Yeah, so all the coasters look like crap. It's so weird, this one. So, obviously, I can rehire staff, by the way. Obviously, you have a limited set of elements available. Makes total sense. You want the human to have the same set of elements available as the AI. So, you start with that. And then I can only go up and down. Up always with chain lifts, I noticed. So I'll make a more human coaster with whatever track designs are available. Oh, hang on. This has to be chain lift. Like, this is still bad because, well, you know, very limited track designs. I mean, okay, I'm forgetting chain lift when going upwards, but you get the idea. This would obviously be human. And this is still terrible because you're still limiting me vastly. You know, it's somewhat similar to giving someone only straight pieces and turns and be like, make a good roller coaster. But obviously this was made by a human, not by an AI, compared to all those terrible AI coasters. It's so... It's just so weird. Let's see if we can see anything else there. Yeah, it did. This. If you give a monkey a typewriter and it produces garbage, and you give a human a typewriter and tell it to produce garbage, the two products being indistinguishable does not mean that a monkey possesses the typing ability of a human. It's just weird. Oh, hey, there's me. Oh, hey, I did build. I mean, that's almost identical to what I built here. I did that 7 years ago. Like, yeah, that's obviously a human coaster. Well, let's look at the stats of that. 6.19, 7.6 nice, 4.30. I mean, those are very good stats. You don't need backed turns if you're careful. Okay, what is that guy built? Yeah, that looks a bit older because they got more creative than me. I just went back and forth. But yeah, that's more of a human design. Yeah, another person saying the same. It's just, and this is a project done as part of an undergraduate degree. I mean, what I hope is that after this, they just ran into problems and had to just redesign their stuff. I hope that this wasn't enough to give them their degree. I hope they did get it, but I hope they had to redesign some stuff for this, because this was just terrible. Absolutely awful. But that's enough for today. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see who I can raid. I had a great time building this terrible park. What's the park rating we ended up with? Minus 3,300, baby. Woo! Absolutely amazing. Oh, we got the average ride excitement pretty much bang on. We got a maximum park rating for that. Right, rating. Ooh, Chilger is online, hell yeah. I like Chilger. He's very, well, chill. Alright. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday. And goodbye. Have fun at the raid. Sleep tight. Enjoy the speed skating. Thank you.